Hello, happy Monday. Today is March 31st, 2025. Um, I think I can officially say my little sheet of things is getting less. So that's hopeful and exciting. It's a beautiful, rainy March day here in East Tennessee, if you're not local. Um, Big updates in our area right now really are the biggest concerns, probably the fires. I went on, there's lots of really cool websites that you can like track the fires and see how contained they are and where they're at and all of those things. And there is still several in Western North Carolina that are like 20-30% contained, burning quite a bit. I'm hopeful that the rain today maybe will kind of um, damper that, and hopefully it seems like this weekend on the site that I was just on, it was saying that the firefighters did make quite good progress. So at least that's hopeful. So that's like the biggest update in our area. I'm going to share, if you don't know me, I'm Shelby. I do this once a week to try to kind of keep us all on the same page about what the needs are in our area, what resources are available to those who are needing things, and then volunteer opportunities. The idea is just, I have felt through this whole thing that like we can't do everything, obviously, but we can do small things. So if you listen to these, just know that like I'm not expecting everybody every time to jump in on the like donation opportunities or volunteer opportunities or whatever, but I just hope that like if you ever feel called to participate, that you do, and know that like this is just how it's been for the past 6 months. Is it's just like helping where you can when you can, and the difference that it makes in our community is huge. Like every little bit has helped. Anybody that I've talked to agrees on that it's just been little things here and there, not little, but like it feels like when you're the helper that it's not enough. But that's how we've made it through this far. So I'm going to keep sharing. Please let me know if you need anything put out here on this channel. And I'm hopeful that it will continue to be a good space for us to kind of share things. So I will start with resources in our area. So for Carter County specifically, there's going to be a flood recovery expo on April 6th from 1 to 4 at Hampton Elementary. So that's going to be a really good place for anybody in Carter County who is trying to find like trusted resources or like organizations, because I know that there's been plenty of organizations that have said they're going to do things that they couldn't follow through on for whatever reason. But this Recovery Expo is like bringing together a bunch of people who have agreed to help, and hopefully will be like a good resource for those in Carter County who are in need of things. I'm trying to think like what she put on here that was a part of that. I'll have to pull it up again. But it's put on by the Carter County Long-Term Recovery Group, and it seems like it's going to be some really good resources. I know United Way of East Tennessee is delivering like some funding recently too, that is also working with the Long-Term Recovery Group. So it just really is a great place for you if you're needing to kind of get plugged in with people that you can trust. I think that would be a great place. Washington County, there is a meeting going on tomorrow, April 1st at 4 p.m. at David Crockett High School for the Home Disaster Recovery Grant. So there's like a couple of things that are like requirements, I guess, to apply for that, but this would be like a really great opportunity to learn more about that. And it's tomorrow at 4 p.m. So those are the resources in our area. Next, I'm going to do volunteers. Usually I do donations and then volunteers. But we just have like one volunteer opportunity that I came across, and that is that plumbers are really, really needed in the area. So if you know of anybody who is a plumber, they would be working with a lead plumber who works with Appalachia service projects, which I actually did a project with them on, was that Friday? Yeah, on Friday. Super awesome group. Seems like they've got their stuff together. They put this fence up in like 2 hours. It was crazy. They did a great job, really good at like coordinating volunteers and things. So they're really in need of plumbers. They say that they can provide materials and a housing place. They're staying at Grace Baptist. And so anybody anywhere who's a plumber that wants to help out, please contact Gary Maddox. This is his number, 615-210-3215. Again, that's with the Appalachia Service Projects, and I have seen them with my own eyeballs, and I trust that they've got a very good system set up to help. So that's a volunteer opportunity in our area. And then donations, that's probably my biggest, section today. So big thing is the Elk Mills Fire Department is still trying to gather fire detect or carbon dioxide CO2 detectors and fire extinguishers. So for CO2 detectors, they only have 154, and they're really trying to get to 596. So I will leave the link to their Amazon wish list for that. This is a really, really important thing. They are trying to service 750 homes in the Elk Mills Pogie area. And the reason for this, for anybody who's not familiar with that area, the roads are just not good right now. And if there is like a house fire or something like that, having detectors and extinguishers in the home would be life-saving. Like it would be huge. And so the Elk Mills Fire Department, their station, I believe, got flooded out. I know that like it's a rumor, but I feel like I heard one of their trucks even ended up in the lake. Like it's just been, kind of chaos there. And this is a really good opportunity to help that community stay safe while their roads hopefully eventually get the attention that they need and deserve. So that's one that I would say very big one. Joyce Jones has been doing awesome like meals and fundraisers and things, but one thing that she posted about needing is any like leftover materials from job sites. So things like nails, screws, 10-2 wire, insulation, that kind of thing. She's accepting those leftover materials to kind of like you know what I'm saying, like reroute them to different areas that need help. So she's going to be a great resource if you have anything like that. Melissa Webb, I shared about her last week. They're up in like Grundy, Virginia area, with the flooding that happened, not Helene flooding, but 2025 flooding. I don't know what we're calling it. But she has a family of 8 who has a need for 2 campers. Their home is unlivable. I believe they've been staying at her motel. So she's looking for two campers for this family of 8. So please kind of circulate that and see if we can help, because it seems like she's doing all that she can to get that out. So next one would be Hands and Feet. They're in need of 160 sheets of sheetrock, 2,000 square feet of R13 insulation, and $3,853 to cover the cost. So obviously that's very specific math. There's a reason for it. This is the number to call or text or go to their website. I'll include that in the post as well. If you would like to donate, they are working on rebuilding a home. I believe it's in Elizabethton that they're rebuilding the home. So this is their information. A fun one is Cajun Navy. I believe it's United Cajun Navy. It's a little spicy on that front because there's 2 different Cajun Navies. Anyway, but both have done amazing things in our area. But they're doing an Easter party for, I believe this one is more in Western North Carolina, I think Swannanoa area maybe. Anyways, but they have an Easter list, an Amazon wish list, which I will share again this week. I feel like that's kind of a fun, $5, $10 donation could make a big difference on that one. So that one's fun. Donna Weissong is again asking for some furniture for a family who's going home in about 3 weeks. They're hoping to get them in the home in 3 weeks. It's like beds, rugs, blinds, home things like that. And I have her Amazon wish list pulled up as well. So I will include that in the notes. I think that is it. Last one would be pallets. I know somebody who's working on getting some pallets set up for their goats to come home. I'm very excited about this one. But I think when I just pulled up to double check on that one, it looked like there was some resources. But still, if you have pallets, 40-inch by 48-inch pallets, it looks like she's needing 24 of those to help finish her goat barn. Or goat structure. I don't know what she's doing with them exactly, but yeah, we need to get her goats home very, very much. We're so close, and I'm very excited because she deserves her goats to be with her. She's moved to a different property. The property where she was at, her home is gone, and so she's trying to get her goats from that property to her new beautiful place, I must add. So that's happy. And yeah, those are the updates and the things for this week. Again, as always, I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you sharing, commenting, liking, all those things, just to try to help us all stay on the same page as we hopefully shift to like less updates needed every week. Like I said, I'm just going to keep doing these until my paper's not full of things. And I'm hopeful that we can kind of shift this and share of actually, this is kind of fun. Let's share. I'm going to try to share like one small business in our area to support every week that I come on here. And the coffee company is one of my favorite local businesses here in Elizabethton. So if you are local or if you are not from our area and you're coming into our area, go to the coffee company. They have delicious sandwiches and coffee, obviously, and they serve them in like these really fancy looking cups. I always feel like I'm in, what's that one place in Harry Potter, like where they go for the Christmas, anyways, like where they drink the butterbeer, and the cups are like really cute. Anyway, that was a rant. But the coffee company is the local business that I will shout out today. I'm gonna I have a whole list of them that I've been building out, and I will share more on so that we can kind of just put together like a resource list for people who are coming into our area who don't know where to support small businesses. That's kind of the hope for that, and kind of transitioning this into helping our small businesses really thrive during this time as things are going to look a little different this season. I'm sure tourist season is going to look a little bit different. And like always, please, this is the QR code to donate to the TLC Center. They are hoping to get in, I believe, they've been extended till the end of April, I think. And they are still trying to reach that 200,000 goal. Big goals, 400,000, halfway goals, 200,000, where at least they can move in and afford the rent or the mortgage on their place. Again, this is a wonderful way to contribute to our community long-term. The TLC Center is beautiful, wonderful people who have helped our community for the past 25 years, and I know they will continue to. So that is why I have their QR code up every time that I go live. So anywho, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Appreciate it so, so much, and we'll just keep going.